Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a question for you. If I told you I'd built an artificial intelligent trading platform with automated strategies, mirror wallets, smart money, portfolio intelligence, one-tap execution, and a revolutionary system designed to remove emotion from trading, would you invest? What if I also told you the website proudly displayed impressive statistics? Thousands of registered users, tens of millions of dollars in trading volume, winning percentages, success stories, a founder promising to transform the future of finance. That would sound pretty exciting, wouldn't it? Now, what if I told you that when I started digging into the person behind it, I didn't find any groundbreaking fintech success stories? I found a trail leading through LQUID Pay, protocol yield, regulatory warnings from New Zealand Financial Markets Authority, allegations of false and misleading claims about compliance and licensing, and a growing collection of projects that seem to reinvent themselves every time the uncomfortable questions start to be asked. I've been investigating Shavez Ahmed, or his name is actually changed because once we found his real name, he started using his real name in all his documentation, especially since he won the award of, I've forgotten what it was called, some big award, Business Insider, Middle East, something like that. He's quite proud of that, but we'll show you all about that in this video. But his real name and his name, which I can't pronounce except Shavez.
Shavez Ahmed Siddiqui.
Mohammed Siddiqui. So we've been investigating this guy for about 5 years. He was the predecessor of Sam Lee. If you don't know who Sam Lee is, he was the guy that America charged in connection to a $1.9 billion scam called Hyperverse, and I did my apprenticeship with it. And the reason I'm redoing this video that you may have already seen is because he uses fake documents and sends them off to people like YouTube, and this very video that you're watching, he actually managed to get it removed, unlike other videos when he hasn't been successful. So every now and again, the luck doesn't go my way, but to counteract that, I decided it's a better idea just to redo the video that I did a few weeks ago. Anyway, during that time, after 5 years of investigating Shavez, during that time, I've watched one project after another appear under a different name, wrapped in a new story, but following a remarkable familiar pattern. This isn't about personalities, it's about evidence, documented history, and protecting ordinary people, you, before they lose their money. So tonight, wherever you are on the planet, we're going to examine Rift Protocol. Not the marketing, not the buzzwords, not the glossy website. We're going to follow the evidence, because the evidence when it speaks is deafening. We look at the corporate connections, the affiliate networks, the compliance claims, and the regulatory history. And the man at the center of it all, obviously, is Shavez. Maybe Rift is exactly what it claims to be. Maybe it's the next evolution of automated trading. Or maybe it's simply the latest chapter in a story we've seen before. So let's get into the investigation. It's not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen, but this one does make me laugh. Now, the reason I'm going to go to this video is because I actually received an email from someone today, and it alarmed me that they were thinking about investing with Shavez. And this is what they basically said. I want to obviously keep them anonymous, but you'll get the idea.
I came your site last week whilst I was trying to figure out if Rift trading was a scam.
So somebody's obviously found my content, hence why Shavez wants to remove the content that I post, because people are finding it and we're actually saving people before they get pushed off a cliff of financial disaster.
The reason I was doing this was because a friend of mine was talked into investing money into the Rift Vietnam operation, and in the last 2 weeks she has been asked to recruit new investors, to increase her capital investment. My friend is Vietnamese and was recruited by a Vietnamese guy by the name of Bang Nguyen. See links to his site below that is related to Rift and Shavez.
Right, so that name didn't ring a bell at all. So what I did is I went through here and ironically, I know Rift so well, I didn't even have a card on them, but I have now since set up a Rift protocol card. We go to the persons of interest, and the person that this person was talking about was this individual. And ironically, I don't think I actually brought up their, or maybe I did. Let's have a look. I think I brought up their, yeah, so that's one of their videos. And that's where I got the guy. So here he is quite rampantly promoting Rift. Then we found a Facebook page. I think that's the same thing. And then we found a YouTube channel, which I haven't actually explored yet. So these are all the images, all the thumbnails to all the videos. There's 21 videos in this playlist. I don't know who this individual is. I assume it's the same person. But as per normals, this one is all in Vietnamese, which alarms me because if you don't know, Shavez actually went to Vietnam promoting his LQUID Pay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just document what we have found here and make my job easier next time. If you have any information on this individual and what they're promoting, please do let us know. It will be ideal for the Avengers. So now we've got, so we've got that there. We've just in the middle of another investigation here, ironically. Some of the things I have to investigate you would not believe. But anyway, let's carry on. So here we've got Mr. Bang. And he's promoting Rift Protocol. And I did actually get a photo of, I think it must be, I did actually find, I think I actually did put screenshots in here. And I noticed that if this isn't done with AI, I wouldn't be surprised if this is done with AI. But we do know, because this guy here, we know really, really well, and he looks a lot younger in this photo. So I'm guessing that this is done with AI. And now I'm not insinuating that this photo wasn't a resemblance of a real photo, but what I am insinuating is it looks like it's been remastered by AI, just from my professional opinion. But anyway, what I'm finding, unfortunately, a lot of Vietnamese people are promoting it. So that's what this person's concerns were. And then it's basically said some other stuff, which I'll listen to.
In your investigations, have you come across Bang Nguyen previously? What is the easiest way with the most results to find out if he is legit?
Yeah, and it always alarms me when people are still on the fence. I always like to think that my investigations are a slam dunk. And it's part of the reason why I checked to see if one of my videos had been removed, and it had. And then I thought, I'm going to redo this, because if you are on the fence, you need to sit here and watch this whole video to the end. In short, if you're in such a hurry and you just got a hole in your wallet and you're trying to give away your crypto as fast as possible, then just bear in mind that what they do is they get you to get into these programs and you can never get your money out. And they just keep bouncing you from one program to the next, and they keep the illusion alive. But once your money goes in, within about 6 months, they rebrand it and away they go again. And I'm going to show you a whole lot of different rebrands that Shavez has been doing since I've been doing videos on
In the
them.
Vietnamese operation, they have a Zoom meetings of investors every Monday, Wednesday and Friday nights with participants between 500 to 1,000. I have joined into a few of these. Translating is a challenge. From the people that I can scroll through, they seem genuine grassroots people. At the time, I was beginning to think that Rift was a legitimate operation with a little bit of doubt. I spent a bit of time trying to find out more, came across your site and your findings on Rift Protocol and other warnings on other sites.
Yeah, and unfortunately, even though this wasn't spelt very well, it actually did seem like this actually came from a person that was in Australia. And I'm noticing that a lot of scams are alleging that they come from Australia and are registered in Australia at the moment. So I'm going to give you what I replied to, so you sort of get an idea the effort I go to trying to save people. But anyway, I'll just do one paragraph at a time.
Thanks for reaching out, and I'm glad you found my investigation before investing yourself.
Yeah, so I wanted to give them a bit of context about who I am.
For context, I'm not just a bloke making YouTube videos from his spare bedroom. My investigations have been recognized internationally. I was featured in a Bloomberg documentary by Alice Cantor examining Shavez Ahmed Siddiqui and 9pay, profiled in the print edition of the New York Times by David Segal, quoted in The Guardian Australia by Sarah Martin, and more recently featured by CofferZilla in a video about Goliath Ventures that has been viewed more than 4 million times in just 6 weeks. I don't hate cryptocurrency. In fact, I believe blockchain technology has many legitimate uses. What I oppose are schemes that use crypto as a vehicle to deceive people. I have no personal vendetta against Shavez Ahmed Siddiqui or anyone else. My focus has always been on the evidence. When I see the same people repeatedly launching new projects, making extraordinary claims, relying heavily on recruitment, and leaving disappointed investors behind, I believe it's important to document the facts and warn the public.
Yeah, so to answer the question, he asked me if I knew that guy. I said I didn't know Bang, who Bang is personally, and I haven't investigated him specifically, but I can tell you that if he's promoting Rift and encouraging other people to recruit others and increase their investments, then it's not a crypto opportunity, it's a recruitment opportunity. And that's all they want you to do. They want you to introduce new people to it all day long. The fact your friend has been asking you to recruit new investors, increase their capital, is one of the biggest red flags that I can ever see in a Ponzi scheme. All these schemes are an illusion, and the actual scam is the fact that they want you to recruit people into an illegal opportunity. Legitimate investment platforms make money from providing genuine financial services. Recruitment should never be required for growing your investment. Recruitment becomes central to the business model. It starts looking far more like a network marketing than a genuine investment. So, as I've said here, I've been investigating Shavez for over 5 years, well, about 5 years, and I have produced I've actually produced over 160 videos documenting his various ventures. During that time, I have watched him rebrand repeatedly, by my count, somewhere between 15 to 20 times. The names changed, the websites changed, the marketing changed, but the underlying story remains very familiar. He projects himself, so his projects have included 9pay. Now, 9pay was a credit card that Bloomberg questioned him about, claiming it was backed by Visa. And they contacted Visa, and Visa said they don't normally do this, but they said they have no association with Shavez or 9pay, and they didn't even know who he was, even though he was claiming that his credit card. So 2 weeks after that, he rebranded the company, and it's as shocking as it sounds. So what we did is we set up a website to expose him. And this video that you're looking at here, we've got this to look at the moment, which is breathtaking, but you really want to watch this. So if he's the man behind the company, you want to watch this video and really see what he's actually claiming and what his origins are. We've done a pretty good job of it. But the alarming thing is Dodo Pay is a copy of this website. Capital 3 is a copy of this website and this website. 9pay. There's another financial company called 9pay in Vietnam, and now he's in Vietnam. See what I'm getting at? Bitcoin Code is the real Bitcoin Code. So these are all copies. So Liquid Group is real. So you can actually click on these and you can go to each of these scams. And you can see Liquid Group is a real company providing similar services to his fake company. Now, because the credit card works doesn't mean anything. For $30,000, you can basically get a white label credit card and put your name on it. And then they sell this credit card claiming that you're going to get rewards for $1,000. But what they don't tell you is the person that referred you into it actually gets $550 of that money. And they claim it's the next generation. We actually found out that before they actually launched it was going to be called LQUID Pay, and that's why we ran out and got the name LQUIDPay.com. He's tried to get this website removed numerous times. This is the video, and this was a statement from Bloomberg Businessweek. Visa said in a statement that it has no relationship with 9pay, and they stated, when they normally don't, that they do not know him, and obviously never heard of him, which is absolutely amazing. Well, not amazing really if you know what you're following. But anyway, this whole website is dedicated to exposing every part of what Shavez is doing. You can read about him and his dirty deeds. You can go to my website, search for his name, and watch 160 videos if you're in doubt that this guy is true or genuine. So anyway, going back to my article, we talk about all the different brands, Protocol Yield, We Are All Satoshi. Now, if you go to the New Zealand Financial Market Authority and search for We Are All Satoshi, you'll see that his name is in there. And he's been publicly, a warning's gone out telling people not to invest. Now, why is it New Zealand? Well, it's because Money Smart in Australia doesn't do much. Sam Lee, who was meant to be one of the originals from Hyperverse, which works for Capital, what do they call it? Hyper Capital Group. You think that's right, Hyper Capital. Then it changed its name to Hyper Fund. Then Hyperverse, Hyper Nation, Hyper Cosmo, and then Diversal, and then it started being calling, it just went on and on and on. And then he started working for Sam Lee. Sam Lee started up a whole lot of other companies, VidiLook, Vend 2, 3, 4, and then it just keeps on going. We Are Satoshi Table, to Sam Lee's again. Anyway, the Homeland Security, is it Homeland Security? The IRS actually rang me up when Sam had been detained in Dubai to ring me up and tell me the good news. That's how much I've been following him. So what I'm trying to say here is LQUID Pay, Protocol Yield, citing false and misleading representations, regulatory compliance, and licensing. So in a video that I'm going to show you in a few minutes, he actually claims that he's got lawyers coming after me. He claims that he's got copyright to all his images here in New Zealand. And this was, he recorded that video 8 months ago, and we've got a secret video that he doesn't want people to watch, and I've given access to it in the blog that we're about to read. So I was featured in a Bloomberg documentary investigating Shavez. So if you didn't know that one, you can actually go to this version of it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Would you believe since this video has been published, Shavez has actually managed to get Bloomberg to remove it, not because he's innocent, but they did a big investigation over 10 months, and I was featured in it heavily. They interviewed other people that were connected to Sam Lee, and then this is the part where Shavez was interviewed by the Bloomberg reporter. So listen to this.
Are illegal in most countries, including in the US and in the UAE. Multi-level marketing schemes are legal, and the line between the two is often hard to discern.
The allegations that the California financial authorities were making about the original WASP project was that it's a Ponzi structure, it's a pyramid structure, and those are pretty strong words,
yes,
right?
yes. It was misunderstanding.
Come on. It's a misunderstanding. A government department.
How many people put their money into We Are All Satoshi and made the profits that they were told they were going to make?
Well, it was a misunderstanding, Rob. Because in the terms and conditions, it says that results aren't guaranteed, and you can't judge them by previous performance from another scam. So, yeah.
I can remember being on holiday in the North Island of New Zealand over a year ago. It'd be
In the rain?
No, it was very hot.
Oh, yeah.
13, 14 months ago, where they were going to float Bitcoin code.
Oh, right. Which has never happened.
Bitcoin 2.0, as he's going to allude to. This is 14 months ago. They were going to float it. It's gone nowhere.
And this next thing he talks about, the really important fact is no one knows that the money is safe, and no one knows how to get their money out of it. But you can buy products at a discount. But to buy the product, you need to top it up with real USDT. And the only way to get your money out is by finding a half-witted human who wants to go into something and ignored all the warnings. And as he's coming into it, you've got to intercept him and ask him to buy your tokens for what you think they're worth. and it's called peer-to-peer transactions. And that's what they're theoretically also going to produce, is a peer-to-peer app where you can switch it out for one idiot thing to the other one.
You can only get your money out if someone puts their money in. And those products that you were talking about are actually other crypto projects.
Yeah, that he's running. Yeah. So it's like a game of Monopoly, and somebody's decided to sell the motels. And if you're playing the game, you can trade them with another hotelier or the railway stations or the utilities, but you cannot get your money back to real world fiat currency. So it's just a game. And
that's really good analogy. It's like you did play a game of Monopoly, and you paid over your real money, and they gave you Monopoly money.
I just want to go to the part where that was Rob and I.
It's the way to sell products peer-to-peer.
The thing with Shavez is he says a lot of things that don't necessarily add up.
Just before she says that. So that was a Bloomberg documentary that he's been in. So this was the claim that I wanted to do. So since they were investigating this, Bloomberg Business Insider found out that 9Pay wasn't backed by Visa. Visa didn't know them. And he 2 weeks later rebranded the company to 9Pay into the same thing, but just under a different brand. So, and this
said they'd never heard of him.
God.
Boom.
Really?
Yeah, that is
So
the most.
if you want to find out about that, just search for Bloomberg on my website. You can read all about that in your own desire. But that's what I wrote back to this person that was asking me questions today. I basically state that I'm in a Bloomberg documentary that invested Shavez in 9Pay after he claimed the relationship with Visa. Bloomberg contacted Visa directly, and Visa said they denied any association with him. And then I also say that that I was in this very video that I'm redoing right now. His attempt to get this suppressed. And then I say, if you want to understand his history, then earlier videos show his story. So today I decided it would be a good idea to upload a real version of Shavez and show you the man himself who's claiming he's some sort of internet entrepreneur. And this is when Shavez was first brought into Hyper Capital. And he's claiming that he was a successful man that came from nothing. But now this is him introducing himself for the first time to the Hyper community.
Greetings to Hyper community. Myself, Shavez Anwar, very excited to join Hyper One as Asia Pacific Head Operations. First of all, I would like to thank Hyper One management for showing trust in me and giving me this responsibility.
So Hyper One was after Sam Lee left Australia, stole $50 million with Ryan Drew and him. The collapse of Hyperverse, which they believe is a $1.9 billion Ponzi scheme. I actually believe it's a $4 billion Ponzi scheme. And then Shavez turns up on the scene for the first time as a software engineer. But that contradicts everything he says he is now, because he's only been around for 4 years. And this is what they do. They try to make these people. Now, since then, Shavez has even had a stroke. Not a stroke of genius. No, a proper stroke where he was, what was it? He's cost himself $300,000 in hospital fees, and he's claiming he's going to sue me because I caused him to have a stroke. Can you believe that? But anyway, this is Shavez.
A little introduction about me. As a young entrepreneur, I started my career in digital and blockchain marketing when I was merely 17. So last 10 years have been full of opportunities and success stories.
And doesn't name any of them.
I want to grow myself more and keen to explore my capabilities with Hyper ecosystem. So let's work together for our organizational goals to achieve our individual goals. I am committed to deliver my 100%. With 100% efforts and commitments of you, my motto to grow Hyper community is in Asia to the largest scale. So my full support will be there for our growing leadership.
So if you don't know, these organizations that Shavez is working for are actually out of human trafficking compound. So Sam Lee was actually working in a building in Bloomberg. Sorry, what am I trying to say? If you go to my website, he was working out of a building in Dubai, and Bloomberg actually visited it. So you can come to my website if you want to find this. And this was this was, hopefully this will load, but this is the reporter, and would you believe they've actually taken that whole video out now, have they? Or is it down here still? There it is. So I love the way they put alleged. But anyway, so this should be our article. No, you have to actually pay for it to read it. It's just absolutely crazy at the moment. If we go back to here, they make it hard for me to do my live presentations, don't they? So yes, you can go through there and read about it, but it's Bloomberg documentary, all about Shavez. Was actually all about Sam Lee and Hyperverse. Shavez actually managed to get taken out of it because he threatened legal action. They bent at the knees. They remastered the video, and unfortunately, it's no longer in the original format. The only original format is Bob's got a copy, and I've done a voiceover on it. So it's sort of how it works. But if we go back to our article here, if you want to understand the history, please check out these videos. And that was the video we just looked at there. There's no, so let's just give
There
you
is also the broader context. Shavez was closely associated with Sam Lee, who has since been charged by U.S. authorities in connection with what prosecutors allege was a $1.9 billion fraud involving Hyperfund. Following Sam Lee's arrest in Dubai, Shavez effectively stepped into a much more prominent leadership role within this network.
Yep, that's right.
You asked whether there is a possibility that Rift is legitimate. Based on everything I've investigated over the past 5 years, I would not trust it with a single dollar. The promises have changed from project to project, but I've never seen independently verified evidence that these businesses generate sustainable external revenue. Instead, they consistently rely on attracting new participants, holding large recruitment meetings, and encouraging members to bring in more investors.
Yeah, so there's no one that's ever been delivered what they claim. Basically, you put your money in to the platform, and then they shuffle your tokens or whatever you think you've bought around. The only people that get money out of it are the recruiters, and that's normally through a backdoor or a backhander of some sort. So it's absolutely batshit crazy. And Rift, it just, honestly, I can't even count them anymore. I've stopped, but 15 to 20 different rebrands along the way.
If someone believes Rift is a genuine investment business, I would simply ask them to provide independently verifiable evidence. For example,
so there's no audited financials, which regulator licenses the investment activities. So you've got to be regulated to sell tokens and the like these days, especially if you're selling to people in Europe, or, it's just, there's nothing. There's no audited, I'll just read this.
What independent audit verifies the claimed trading performance?
Yep. Where does the external revenue actually come from? Can members withdraw substantial amounts without restrictions? So they'll let you drip feed your money back to you, but nothing like taking all your money out at once. It just doesn't happen. And then they tell you that you've got to overstake it, or you've got to, you get approval before you take your money out. And they tell you, not to take your money off the platform because it's showing a lack of faith towards the bigger project. And the bigger project is always a carrot that's never eventuates. Why is recruitment such an important part of growing the business? They are reasonable questions that any legitimate financial business should be able to ask. So please encourage your friend to take extreme caution. If she is already invested, I would suggest she attempts to withdraw her funds immediately rather than invest more or recruit others. Many people in these types of schemes receive small withdrawals early on, but that does not prove the underlying business is legitimate. If you discover any additional information about the person that I don't know too much about, or can obtain recordings of those Vietnamese Zoom meetings, I'd be very interested in seeing them. Every new piece of information helps build a clearer picture for what we're going on. So that was basically what happened. Now, the reason I'm redoing this video, when I did this video originally, Shavez writes to Google and asks for my information to be suppressed in the search engines. I challenge it, And this is what happened. So the first thing he told me to challenge was the website, the very website that we were about to read. He's already complained to YouTube, well, Google actually, and said that he's claiming copyright. So I wrote back to Google and said that he's providing fake documents. He does not own any copyright. And this particular image here has actually been recreated using AI. So even though he might think this is his, this was used in Bloomberg, which is absolutely batshit crazy. So if you right-clicked on this particular image and went Google Lens, you'll probably find the only place that it comes up now is on my own website. So there we go, Bloomberg. And you can actually see that that picture has been used here. But he doesn't own the copyright because Bloomberg owned the copyright. But just so happens, so the Millionaire Drive. So let's have a look. So at this point, Amor isn't just a scammer. He's basically running a Ponzi scheme like he's McDonald's. So here's an article that I don't even know, MD Millionaire Drive. And they did a review on Shavez, and look, they're using the same image, Shavez. So maybe you want to put a complaint through to them as well. But my point is, if you do search for Shavez in that image, you'll find other articles which basically, show you the type of person he is. So here's his face again. Here he is in behind MLM. I mean, behind MLM, like, this is it here, California. We are all Satoshi, securities, fraud, cease and desist, refrain order. New Zealand issued a warning about We Are All Satoshi and Sam Lee. I mean, Sam Lee's been charged for running a hyper fund, and Hyper Capital Group, or Hyper Capital, is the company that Sam Lee was working for. I've got a board meeting video with 20 people in it behind Hyper Capital. So, here's Shavez introducing, Hyper One or Stable Deo, Stable Opinion. That was Sam Lee's baby. He was just the next guy. He was the next guy down from from Sam Lee. And now he's claiming he's some massive hero, which is absolutely batshit crazy. But anyway, so the New Zealand, Quebec, and then we've got FMA warning about LQUID Pay. So if you don't want to listen to the regulatory advice, so here's LQUID Pay Finance. I just showed you that we've done a whole website exposing him and who he is and what he does. And then if you come to the New Zealand Financial Advisor Company, I'll just get rid of it. You can see here that they mention, in here, they talk about how protocol yield, they confirm that FMA has suspended its operations. Well, we have to read it, but basically it's saying it's no good.
Although LQUID Pay has since confirmed to the FMA that it has suspended its operations in New Zealand, we remain concerned about the intent behind making these false and misleading statements. A related entity, Protocol Yield, also operated by the same chief executive, has made similar misrepresentations on its website, including incorrectly stating that its parent company, MARIDA Ltd, is licensed in Hong Kong. Misrepresentations of regulatory status of this nature are commonly associated with scam operations. Other entities previously or currently linked to LQUID Pay and Protocol Yield have also been the subjects of public warnings issued by the FMA and other overseas regulators.
Yeah, so thanks for emailing me about PO wealth sharing. I've actually got an article on my website all about PO wealth sharing and how it's connected with PG wealth sharing. It just goes on and on. So anyway, so if you look at the emails here, you can see LQUID Pay Finance, and they've also got LQUID Pay. The company behind it is meant to be Miranda Limited. And would you believe that Miranda Limited website does not actually load? It just sits there and looks at everyone. So it's just, like these companies, they have these fake personas. So if you go to Protocol Yield, you can see that he talks about Miranda Limited, But the honest truth of it is the website doesn't load, but they use that company to get themselves in the Apple App Store. So what the FMA, the financial regulator for New Zealand, is saying is this is fake. It doesn't exist. They're using fake details, and then they're telling you that it's registered to a company. And yes, they do have a website, but when you go hunting for it, you can't actually find the website at all. I don't think you can. If we go here, we go now, I don't even think I might have actually put it down last time. But all these websites that they did have all basically fallen over. So it's just it's a total sham. But anyway, I'm pleased that the Google team just sent that email out today, basically saying that you're back on board. The other one, while we were exposing him even more, this was a secret video. Now, this video here is that he's tried to remove this video from the internet multiple times, but we're too clever for him to win on that one. But listen to what he says at the start. He's making claims that he's got legal action going out against me. And I've never received anything in the mail. I've never been served any papers. And this is to give the people that are behind his organization some faith that he's actually doing something about me exposing him like I'm the one doing it wrong. But listen to this.
While we were chasing these cases against Danny DeHead, we got few things sorted.
So there's no copyright in New Zealand. This, what you're about to see, is total lies.
Because of, we hired lawyers in New Zealand, so we got some of the extra paperwork done. So this is my law firm, which is doing all these trademarks.
Never received anything.
New Zealand.
And they don't own any trademarks in New Zealand.
Extra additional licenses.
And it doesn't even stand up.
This is the law firm which is doing it.
Because these trademarks don't apply, because I'm not trying to impersonate it. I'm exposing him.
All these sort of trademarks.
It's just absolutely crap. But it goes back.
Got one more additional license. So you guys can now, we are providers in New Zealand and Australia. So no problems.
So that completely contradicts what the FMA has says. So I'm going to, this guy's just so full of shit. So if you didn't know anything about this company, the FMA, we exposed this company to an inch of its life, all right? If you go to the very bottom of this website, there's a, I think it's the terms of service. Could be right. Yep, terms of service. So if you want to sign up for this company, and we know that there's New Zealand who's signed up for this company and they believe it's real. But if you go to the bottom of all the small print that you can see scrolling through the screen, you come down here and you'll find New Zealand in here somewhere. There it is, New Zealand. So what they said to the FMA, that they've put a message on their website, New Zealand, and it basically saying that they're not supported. But we know there's New Zealanders. So this is the shit that we put up with when trying to expose these companies. The FMA put out this here, it says, although LQUID Pay has since confirmed to the FMA that it has suspended its operation in New Zealand, it's ridiculous. But that's a new paragraph that they've put in there, I think. Well, not new, but, but this was the 29th of January 2006. It's been updated. So it's a sort of a thing that they're going on with. But if you search about, if you go and look for We Are All Satoshi, warnings, you'll see that the Guardian newspapers put out warnings. Obviously the FMA, there was even this one here, California. So there's Sam Lee, and then so this is the government. I don't know why the government bothers. The Department of Financial Protection and Innovation put out this video, and it basically says, do not you get involved in this, and that We Are All Satoshi and Sam Lee have been ordered to cease and refrain from violating securities laws. And then, so anyone promoting it, that they give a phone number, and then that's their warning. So yippee yay yay, 760 people have actually looked at that video. I think even my video, because I grabbed that video and put it out there again. My video, I know it's only got 230 views, so it's so hard to get traction on these ones, but I don't know what that one is, but that looks like they posted it again. So who's this one? That's Sam Lee. So that's another video. So Stable Deo is a Stable Opinion, Stable Deo are the first, and all this is when, so just bear in mind that when Sam Lee was pushing Stable Deo, Shavez was working for him, because I just showed you that Shavez was, congratulating himself for working with Hyper Capital Group, which is the company behind it all. So it's just pretty crazy. Anyway, so what I'm getting at, if you are researching and you're still in doubt, go listen to these videos of Shavez. Listen to him. In here, he tells people how to do fake KYC details. This meeting that you're looking at here was actually a private meeting where people were being told, in here, if you listen to this meeting from A to Z, he explains that he is running a scam. I mean, it's not a legitimate company, and they're all smoke and mirroring it along, so to speak, to keep the illusion alive.
We complied completely all over the world with our licenses.
They don't have any licenses anywhere.
We have the what do you call that? In Anzac region, there is WASP. So we have a WASP provider with us that has supported us with the license. So we are fully compliant, fully legal.
So I'd love to see these licenses because they don't exist.
We especially filed the trademarks in New Zealand to sue Danny Dehek in his region.
Well, if that's the case, I've never been sued. Hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Can't wait to be sued, Shavez.
So because of this, we have everything. We took, initially court took down his YouTube, and after that he got reinstated from YouTube.
I got reinstated on YouTube because they apologized for a misunderstanding. They thought one of my videos had nudity on it. And that's why my YouTube channel went down for 4 days. This guy has also sent a whole lot of denial server attacks to my website. They've sent fake likes to my YouTube channel. They've tried everything to get my videos offline that they can with no joy. And now he's claiming victory like he was responsible for my YouTube channel having hiccup for 4 days.
He might have begged them to restore, so they restored, but it's okay.
So you're asking the question, so why is he doing this? Well, he's trying to keep face with his community. And if you listen to Carl, Crypto Dundee, as they call him, the Australian, who literally lives on his mate's property in a trailer park, renting his trailer and the land. He's a squatter, an hour and 15 minutes out from Melbourne. This is where Carl, Crypto Dundee, lives. And listen to what he says in a few minutes.
They are filing big, proper complaints against breach of trademarks, not just defamation against me or against you guys. It was not working. So we are following the other way also. But to pursue that way, we have got additional compliance done in New Zealand. So you guys can now enjoy extra layer of compliance that we have done.
Well done. Okay, I've got a whole list of questions that I've been collecting for probably 3 months now, 4 months. So, and I'm sure other people are going to have questions, but this is an opportunity for us to look backwards, I believe. There's a lot of things that haven't been brought up to date, which frustrates a lot of people, and they're losing heart, they're losing faith. I know everything is driven by faith, but because these things are still outstanding, they tend to be feeling that things are not moving forward. The things that are moving forward are the ones that you're working on, but a lot of people keep talking to me, and on the US prime time, in the team meetings, that the old things are not getting fixed.
So that was, this is an insider meeting. There's nothing better than us getting in here. This meeting had 17 people, and this is the leaders that are currently behind what Shavez is doing. And there's only 17 people in the meeting, and this was, we have ways of getting these videos, which I won't tell you. But basically, when you're in a leadership meeting and the leaders are telling the owner of the company that people are losing heart, it tells you that there's no real substance to this whole company. It is all about recruiting and getting those commissions in. And so the cartel style human trafficking compounds can, because originally I was reached out to by a lady who's putting together a PDF for the United Nations. And she said, do you have any idea on the location of Ryan Dew? Because he was allegedly connected to an individual who owns a human trafficking compound. So when Bloomberg did their documentary, they actually went to check out where Sam Lee was creating all these websites. Now, Garrett Blakely is an individual who used to be Sam Lee's flatmate. They lived together for 6 months, and he used to work in the same office where Sam Lee used to be producing all these opportunities. They even come out of the same scam factory, as I call it, an opportunity called Wee Global, which I didn't even think was associated. But these are all website developers who just keep creating all these facades of investment opportunities. And that's what Shavez has taken over at the moment. So when Alice from Bloomberg went to visit this office, it had been stripped out, just like you see in the movies. Nothing, all gone. They moved shop. They don't know where they've gone now. So in here, this is Shavez trying to use these memes to accomplish his mission. So if you go through here and you look at this video, there's some other interesting things that happen. So Shavez, this was taken 4 months before Shavez had a stroke. Now, Shavez here, I think, is actually having a smoke. And I don't know if you know Shavez, because he was trying to do a lawsuit that never eventuated, never got anything. And he was telling people that I caused him to have a stroke. But obviously 4 months earlier, he's sitting here smoking away. There he is. I think it's there. So, which I thought was quite funny to capture on, because he basically asks,
Hey, Shavez. Thank you for going ahead and...
let's go back a bit, because it's actually quite funny. He asked
Hey,
if this
Shavez.
has been recorded. Let's see if we go back a little bit.
Hey, Shavez.
Oh, no, let's go back a bit more.
Spare me. Is this being recorded?
No,
Okay.
I forgot.
No need to.
Ah, naughty boy.
So
You're
here's
supposed to have been using patches and given that crap up.
yeah, great joke. Imagine if he knew in 4
by
months'
the way,
time
Sue,
from the recording of this video, he's going to actually have a stroke. And if you don't know Shavez, smoking is the number one cause of people having strokes. Anyway, so that's just giving you a bit of an introduction on why I think this video is important. I actually have lost a bit of faith in actually reporting this, because it doesn't seem like we're getting anywhere with it. But if you realize that every time I publish something to do with Shavez, he tries his best to get these videos offline. We've done the hard yards. We've done the exposures. We've exposed him. We've just shown you, here he is smoking like a trooper. So when somebody emails me and they're still on the fence about investing in something new that he's just produced called, what do they call it? Rift, then I feel like I haven't done my job properly. So that's why I'm doing this video again, just to help some other people. So let's get into it. I'm going to read this blog, and hopefully no more interruptions. The future of trading isn't the future of trading isn't human. It's structured, automated, and intelligent. That's the statement that he claims. That statement sits at the heart of Rift protocol marketing. Visitors arriving at the website are greeted with the promise of AI execution, intelligent automation, non-custodial infrastructure, routing intelligence, automated trading engines, smart money strategies, and one-tap execution. Now, give me one other company that actually claims that they actually do that and are doing that If you know anyone else that is actually running a company that is actually producing the results and using all the same terminology, let me know, because to me that sounds like Christmas tree for every crypto trader out there. If you could come up with one website that actually delivers on those claims, let me know. The branding is modern, the presentation is polished, the language is filled with references to technology, transparency, and the future of finance. So if you click on that sucker there, you can go into this website, and if you didn't know anything about the history of this company, you may actually be fooled into thinking that this is going to lead you to your financial future. You know, swipe, execute, capture, optimize, repeat, simple stuff, big words. All this is designed for your phone, you know, and it's just all silly graphs. It's not even a flash looking website. It's a heap of crap. Routing intelligence, starter, trade, execution across every liquidity layer. And he spelt liquidity right this time. That's good to see, Shavez. Well done, you. Automated trading. You know, all this stuff is what everyone really, really wants. And these websites are just getting stupider and stupider. You know, legal disclaimer. Let's have a look. You can read all about it. You can find it's actually getting a bit longer, these ones. It's up to 11 points for his legal disclaimer. Go and look at your legal disclaimer from your bank and see if you get 11 points or you get 11 pages. It's enough. Anyway, so that's what we've got. At first glance, Riff looks like another ambitious fintech startup attempting to simplify trading for everyday investors. That's you. But as I look through the platform, public website, legitimate documents, memorandums, memorandum and supporting material, I quickly realized that Riff cannot be viewed in isolation, To understand Rift, you first need to understand the history behind the people and the companies behind it. So following the trail backwards, the further I dug into Rift, the more familiar everything began to feel. The project is openly linked to Shavez and MARIDA Limited. Now that's what I've got to do. This time I've got to actually bookmark this link. Last time I thought I keep always struggling to find the link to this website. So I'm actually going to right click on that there, and I'm going to go copy the link address. I'm going to go back to here, and we're actually going to add this address into this website for once for all, so I can find it, because I always seem to lose it because it's had multiple domain names. MARIDA Limited is the biggest joke yet. It's MARIDA.limited, and it's just LTD. And obviously when you go there, you get this here. And this has been like this for weeks. It's just absolutely batshit crazy. So you might think, well, why don't we go to the archive.org, which is the best website in the world, to be honest. It's a fantastic website for going in there, because even if you go back there and have a look, you'll find that there is a website presence. And it goes back. Let's have a wee look here. We've got 3 visits to it from 2025. So this company didn't even really exist, and it's just batshit crazy. I'm just trying to see. So this is what we get. And this whole website was originally set up just to get themselves in the Google App Store. So LQUID Pay without no Q, without no U. Well, I've forgotten how that works. But anyway, this is the website where we're warning people. So it's quite fun, really, because if you do search for LQUID Pay, you're probably going to get him coming up number 1. You're going to get them in the Apple Play Store. You're going to get the Pay. You get the actual company that they've actually copied the branding from, and then you get him. And then somewhere down here, hopefully you'll get me one day, but not all the time. That's why he doesn't want my content in the search engine results, and that's why he puts the claims in, but we always fight back. If he puts scam, then you're going to find the FMA warning. Once again, you find the company's ripped off, and then somewhere down here you might actually find my website, where I've actually exposed him, the truth behind it all, and you can sit there and watch those videos. So that's how you find out more about it. Recommend you do so. But that whole company has been set up as a legitimate company to look like it's not associated with Shavez, so they can use that facade to actually approach people like the Apple Play Store and get the app into the Play Store. It's absolutely crazy. Neither the name is new. Well, the project is openly linked to Shavez and Miranda Limited. Neither name is new. Over the past 7 years, Shavez has been associated with a growing collection of cryptocurrency fintech ventures that are repeatedly promised to revolutionize some aspect of finance. The branding has changed, the products have evolved, the marketing narratives have shifted with whatever trend happening to be attracting the attention at the time. So we've heard of arbitrage trading. We've heard of credit cards, people creating all these credit cards. Like I said earlier on, they get them, a white label credit card costs you about $30,000. And there's a whole list of scams around credit cards. The credit cards do work. However, how much you pay for the credit card per year is the problem. As I said, LQUID Pay, one of their credit card is $1,000. $550 of that money will go to the person that referred you into it. So it's all about referral marketing and growing the company's image, and they don't even deliver on the products they claim. No one that we know has actually received the money they claim you would if you just sign up. What remains remarkably consistent is the underlying formula. First came projects tied to hyperverse ecosystem, the ventures such as Stable Deo, and then We Are All Satoshi. We Are All Satoshi had the Vault of Horizon. 30% of the money that you deposited into the platform went into a secure vault. And then when Sam Lee left, the vault was safe. So they said next minute, Shavez took all the money out and put it into a bank, which was paying 36% per year. Everyone I talked to said, oh, our money's secured inside the Vault Horizon. And the deal was the money would stay there until crypto reached $100, $100,000 per coin, or 500 days. All the money disappeared. And people said, oh, but you can see it in the Vault Horizon. It's secure. And then it all disappeared because Shavez decided to take it out. Even though there's no proof of that, because theoretically, Sam Lee was the only one that held the keys. It's all bullshit. Then came 9Pay. Later become LQUID Pay that evolved into Protocol Yield, a platform promoting. All right. I've just got a phone call coming I'll have to take. It won't be a second. We'll just forget that for the moment. Sorry about that. Right, we're back into it. First came projects tied to hyperverse. I've read all this and now arrived as Rift, marketing as a sophisticated automated trading ecosystem built around artificial intelligence and execution infrastructure. Viewed separately, each project appears unique. Viewed together, they look like chapters in the same story. So this is the thing that we get, and this is what we battle with all day long. People don't realize where they originate from. And also what they're doing by creating one brand after the other is they're moving the liability of not being able to deliver what they claimed in the first scheme. So it's just ridiculous. The warning that changes everything. One of the most important pieces of evidence surrounding the network is not found on Rift's website. It comes from New Zealand's financial authority, the FMA. So even though so what these guys do is once they start promoting a scheme in Australia and New Zealand and the FMA starts issuing warnings, then what they do is they start going to other countries. So just recently, as I showed you on the outset, is we've now got we've got home, we've got these Ponzi schemes and scams, and we go to Rift, and then next thing is we hear today that we know they're actually in Vietnam. So now we've got to go through the language barrier, and we've got to warn all these people in Vietnam that there's Vietnamese people out there promoting it to Vietnamese. And then once they go to Vietnamese, they'll go to Indonesia. And it just goes on and on and on. And obviously, it's all these scams grow from, what do we call it, from friends and family. That's how they grow. They don't get on billboards. They don't advertise in the newspaper. They don't advertise at rugby games, soccer games. They don't even really advertise much on Google Ads or anything. It's all word of mouth. So when the FMA issues a warning, it doesn't come easy to get those warnings in there. We actually spend a lot of time liaison with them before they publish the warning. We send them a whole ton of information. They do their own investigation. And I can tell you every hour there's a new Ponzi scheme and scam turning up. So this morning I was reviewing this scam here. This is called One Trade, right? This is what it used to be called a few months ago, ARB Core. And if you go through here, this is a 12-page PDF about a scam that has collapsed already. And if we go to, I was just doing this in an earlier video, and I've just got it open, so I'm using it as an example. So we go back to slide number 11, right? And in here, it talks about the system of additional rewards. So now you go to this one here, and we go down to page, is it 11? 12? Number 13. It's one of those. Hold up. We're just going back to 49. And what page are we on now? So what I'm going to show you is the same page. There it is. So this is the new brand of a company, the branded company, and this is the old brand of the company. And they've both got exactly the same offering, except they've just rebranded it, new skin. So and also I wrote to somebody who was promoting this system, and I asked them what happened to everyone's money. They're hoping to recover it. And then if you don't like waiting, then they recommend that you sign up for the new scam and then trade your way out of your disaster that you got into. And if you're not at the top of the pyramid and you haven't recruited people into it, you're never going to get your money back, because all these systems are about recruiting. Now, these two companies, as far as my knowledge, aren't associated with Rift, but it's just an example. So what I'm getting at too is these scams come out so fast that the FMA, our financial regulators, who publish these stupid little one-pager warnings, can't keep up. They spend 2 months researching each of these scams, and here we are in the trenches with the scammers, exposing people every day. I've done 2 videos today, 2 lots of videos exposing people in the hope that when people search for Rift protocol, they find my content, they email me, and I save one person from financial disaster. FMA, it's great to see them putting out these warnings, but unfortunately, to me, it's like helping people at the bottom of the cliff. Now, we're here at the top of the cliff, and we're naming and shaming anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam, and we're trying to stop people that are getting gaslighted in these Zoom meetings when they shouldn't even be using Zoom to promote multi-level marketing. And this is not state-of-the-art technology that they're marketing. It is literally recruitment. And if you want to recruit your friends and your family into something that's a scam so that you get a commission, you deserve everything that's coming your way. And we will find you, and we'll hunt you down, and we will name and shame you. And when you search for your name on the internet, you'll come up in one of my blogs. My Avengers and I are relentless at hunting these people down and exposing them. Regardless of LQUID Pay, according to the regulators, LQUID Pay has operated in New Zealand without complying to New Zealand financial markets legislation. The FMA states that the company's chief executive has made false and misleading statements regarding compliance with New Zealand law and trademark registrations. Remember, Shavez said on the screen over here at the start here, he shows you that he's got documents and he's showing people, where is he? He's actually trying to show that he's got these documents here, proving that he's got some sort of trademark law.
Licenses. This is the law firm which is doing it.
So the New Zealand, so this is the company that's doing it.
Word.
So that never eventuated. There's no lawsuit out about me. There's nothing. It's all bullshit. So warning became even more significant when regulators referred protocol yield. So they've updated it to talk about protocol yield. According to the FMA, protocol yield has incorrectly stated that its parent company, MARIDA Limited, was licensed in Hong Kong. So here they are on their website, even their new website, and this protocol thing. If you go to the bottom of this website here, you'll actually see over their terms and conditions, or somewhere privacy in their terms and conditions, they talk about the same company. Here it is here. So this company here is the umbrella company incorporated in Hong Kong, right? This is today. This is their new scheme that's just hot off the press. Well, not quite hot off the press, but it's still hot. And now the New Zealand authority, it was a government department, has said that they are lying about their licensed in Hong Kong. The regulator always went on to state that misrepresented is regulatory status of this nature is commonly associated with scam operations. So they all make claims that can't be verified. That warning sits uncomfortably alongside RIF's current marketing, which I just showed you. The same Miranda name appears throughout RIF's ecosystem, which I just showed you. The same founder remains at the center. The same promises of innovation and financial transformation continue to be made. When a regulator has already raised concerns about compliance claims linked to the same corporate structure, it becomes impossible to simply accept the latest narrative at face value. So they can say whatever they want, but they don't verify it. They don't do it. I don't even know the name of that website that you're referring to, but if you want to put their website address in the chat box, I'll have a look at it and we'll maybe do a real-time quick investigation for you. The other one too, if you are looking at invested in with anything, I do have these books, Learn the Warning Signs Before You Lose Your Money. You can go in there and read all about them. So I'm not familiar with this name, but look, why are you guys so hell-bent and actually trying to find ways to lose your money? So are you asking me, is this the company? Does this look very familiar to you? Is this, what have we got here that makes this look legitimate? I don't even know this company from a bar of soap. Okay, so the fact that you've got commissions, trading accounts, this to me it looks absolutely dangerous as hell. So look, what you could do if you were trying to do your own investigation, I've invested $3,000 in it. So, okay. So, okay. So let's just have a quick look. You can get me to do a review on this website if you want. But what I would recommend anybody does is you come along, you go to ChatGPT, I'll just see if I've got Scamdemic, open thing. Please start a new investigation on a company called, right. And I'm just, where is that? Hold up. We've just crashed something here. A new investigation on a company called, sorry, I've got my key called. Alrighty, where did that go? I opened it up and I've lost it now. Let's go. There it is. Copy. Oh, this is all. If you're saying this is copy trade someone else's, are you telling me that you can copy somebody's trade that hasn't happened yet and they guarantee that you're going to win? That's a scam in itself. There's no such thing as copy and pasting texting. It's just that BG wealth sharing. Are you familiar with that as well? Okay, so I'm just going to paste the text from their homepage. Could you please highlight some red flags, if any? Highlight. Could you please highlight any red flags, if any? All right, so there we go. So now I just come back to this here and I just save you a whole lot of grief. Copy and paste and here. So now, right, so the initial red flags, I mean, if you've invested money in that, just get your money out of it. I don't know why people invest in this. Why do you, like straight away, just using AI, it's got so many red flags, you don't even need to do an investigation. Look, go here, let's read aloud. Listen to this.
Based only on the homepage text you've provided, I already see a significant number of warning signs. None of these individually prove fraud, but when they appear together, they are very common characteristics of high-risk, unregulated investment websites and fake broker operations. Initial red flags. 1. 98% profit in 5 seconds. This is probably the biggest red flag on the page. Open quote, can make you up to 98% profit in 5 seconds. Close quote, no legitimate financial institution, regulated broker, or professional trading platform can honestly advertise returns like this. A claim of 98% profit in 5 seconds is economically
Skip
absurd.
to content.
If this were genuinely possible, nobody would need investors. They could compound their own money into billions. This is classic scam marketing.
Yeah. So look, look, I don't even need to. I've got hundreds of these scams. Now, I don't know if you know who I am and what I do, but I just took down a $400 million Ponzi scheme in Florida. I've been featured in the New York Times in a 2-page printed edition. I've been in the Guardian newspaper. I was in a Bloomberg documentary. I expose scams. I sit here and I expose these guys. This guy here is associated to Sam Lee. Sam Lee has been charged by the US government for running a $1.9 billion scam. So if you come in here and you ask me whether this is legitimate, why do you think it's legitimate? Can you get your money completely off the platform? And why, they will be feeding you. Have you got your money off the platform? Are you playing a game of Monopoly? I just went into this scam that you're looking at here, and I went into their website. So I'm just putting together an investigation about this website that I just showed you. I can find it on Behind MLM. I can read about when they collapsed, and then they've rebranded themselves, and now I find people promoting it. It just goes on and on and on. I can't be saviour to everybody, but I'm out of curiosity. I'm just wondering if this has actually been mentioned in Behind MLM yet. These scams come out faster than I can do videos. Nope, it's not here yet. But anything to do with arbitrage is a load of rubbish. I haven't got my money out of the platform yet. Please get your money out of the platform. They will restrict you. They will tell you that it may cost you 30%. You may lose 30% of your money. If they say that you're going to lose 30% of your money, it normally means they pay 30% commissions to people that referred you into it. That's all. If that is an incentive to keep your money in the platform, then that is why they have it, because they don't want people taking their money out of the platform. It's a one-way street. Please, please, please get your money off this platform now, because you will lose every cent that you've put into it. And any money that you have managed to get out, if you've done a test withdrawal and all that sort of carry on, they are literally using your money to feed it back. Now, we did a massive investigation yesterday. This is what we do for investigating things. If you go to Danny DeHeck or DeHeck.com, you'll find my website, right? If you come down to the bottom here, you'll see that we did a massive investigation on a company called, oh my God, it doesn't allow me to. Well, you've lost your money, unfortunately. So this investigation here that we did on Play Global, they claim that they're going to let people deposit. They've got a super fund of $100 billion, and that's their big project. So we've done 2 videos about them. We have even produced a podcast. We have produced a song. And down the very bottom here, which is the most important part I want to show you, is that we have had one of our independent investigators, which is actually Crypto G, has done a whole independent review on the same site. So we've had 2 people do an independent analysis of the Avenger Anti-Fraud Alliance, which is my organization. And in here, you can come down here and you can read a proper investigation that we've done. And then what we do is we come down to the very bottom, which I know this is going very fast, but I'm not talking about this today. We've got all the crypto wallet addresses. Now, what we do with these crypto wallet addresses, we follow the money. And what we find all the time is that these are just recycling people's money. There's no trading. There's nothing, absolutely nothing to do with any trading. They're basically money in, distribute it to people, and distribute it to people that are marketing it, help the company grow, and then they rug pull and they take everyone's money. We prove it is the case. We've got the facts. We do the documents. Everything about what the Avengers is doing is here to save people from losing their money. So if you can't get your money out, why is that? If you put your money into Binance or you put your money into crypto.com, do they restrict it when you want your money out? These platforms are veneers. This Rift protocol is a veneer. So let's carry on. So why doesn't it allow you to take your money out? I haven't gotten money out of the platform yet. A copy trade, someone, oh my goodness, no. Were you involved in BG wealth sharing? And if so, I actually bet that you're involved with BG wealth sharing or PO wealth sharing or all of them. Just to give you an idea, mate, this is my database. This is not public. These are all the scams that $1.9 billion scam, $350 million scam, $400 million scam. These are all the scams that I have investigated, right? If I went into, let's say I went into one of them, all right, let's just use this as an example, and this is why I was referring to it. So you may have heard of BG Wealth Sharing. That's $1 billion scam, in my opinion. It started here in New Zealand called CR Group LLC. They had an exchange called Unix, which was their UICX was the name of their exchange. Signal Raiders was a rebrand of this company. This is the test ground for New Zealand. Then they managed to overlap it into a launch of BG Wealth Sharing, PO Wealth Sharing, offering exactly the same thing. BG Wealth Sharing got more traction. And then we found just recently PO Wealth Sharing, which is now trying to get momentum. We also found Nexo, Swiftwave Capital, Vista, New Era, Polar Tensor, and even this one here, SFC Vibe Rating. All these companies, I believe, are coming out of the same human trafficking compounds. So we watch them morph from one to the other. All these ones I just showed you there are all cut and copy pasting scams. There's no such thing as being able to copy someone else's trading and get the same result next time. It doesn't work that way. And trading is very complicated, and there's no such thing as a 98% success rate. And the fact that you can't get your money out yet, it's just a one-way street, unfortunately. So just, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but the person that referred you into it would have got a commission, and that's probably why you can't get your money out yet, because they're hoping that they don't want that commission money that your friend would have got to go nowhere. So it's just disgusting. From crypto cards to AI trading, one of the most fascinating aspects of this investigation is watching how the narrative has evolved over time. Look, I don't know how to say this word. LQUID Pay promised to transform spending through cryptocurrency debit cards, merchant adoption, and global payments. Visitors were told they would soon be able to spend crypto anywhere while enjoying the rewards, cashback, and seamless financial services. So they claimed this was a credit card, but it wasn't. It was a debit card because you had to keep it in credit to use it, which is even more ridiculous. When those promises failed to materialize, the focus shifted. So this is what the LQUID Pay was claiming, and this is the company here that we're talking about. It was just selling a product called a credit card. Everything they said that they would deliver, no one has got the benefits from anything they said they would deliver yet. When that promise failed to materialize, the focus shifted. Protocol yield moved away from payments and towards investing. So they told people, rather than getting paid, we're going to invest your money like it was a good thing. In other words, we are not giving you money back, but now you're invested in long term. And they're telling you that any good business person would invest long term. And if you want to take your money out, they'll come up with these crazy things telling you that you've lost faith in the project and you're a non-believer, and often kick you out of any Telegram or WhatsApp group that you may be part of. You're not allowed to ask the hard questions because that's talked about as negative. Suddenly, the emphasis was on AI scoring system, profit sharing, trader rankings, and social finance. Investors were encouraged to trust sophisticated algorithms and experienced traders rather than attempting to navigate the markets themselves. Now, Rift has arrived. The terminology has changed once again. Artificial intelligence has become routing intelligence. Traders ranking have become smart money. Traders' rankings has become smart money. Profit sharing has become automated execution. Social finance has become trading infrastructure. Yet beneath the new branding, many of the same themes remain visible. Technology, automation, passive participation, community growth. Yes, it's all about the community. And a promise that complex financial markets can somehow make it easy. The numbers that demand validation. As I worked through the RIFT memorandum, I can't even say that word, I'll get it pronounced correctly.
Memorandum.
Thank you. And supporting material, I eventually arrived at what appeared to be the evidence that everything was working exactly as advertised. Prominently displayed on the website was the performance snapshot showing more than 10,000 registered users. What a load of bullshit. And over 54,000 executed trades and 45 million.7 in trading volume. Excellent. No proof of that. No blockchain. It's all a bunch of lies. These guys are not on the blockchain. So you can't verify anything they say, and there's no way they've got that many people, because if you go into their Telegram groups and their WhatsApp groups or whatever they've got, their Facebook pages, you just don't have the numbers to merit 10,000 people. And when something falls over, and it always does, you just don't get 10,000 people jumping up and down like yo-yos. I've exposed Luna 1, which was a pump and dump opportunity. 11,000 people participated. We got inundated by people that got scammed by a company that claimed that they were going to release their token at 25 cents onto the market, and you could buy it now on a pre-sale for anything from 10 to 15 cents each. And then on market day, they released their token onto the market at 5 cents each. So all these people that bought in the pre-sale thinking that they were going to triple their money, who overcommitted themselves because they're going to get their money back soon, they realized within minutes that they had lost 80% of their investment within a heartbeat. Within 24 hours, the same token went down to be worth $1, 1 cent. And now today it's down at 0.1, and everyone lost all their money. That's what they do. They put these big numbers out there that you can't validate, and then you think they're true, because why would they lie? And then you are one of the few that they've managed to scrape money off, and that's how these companies survive. Sometimes they get tractions and they get to the masses, and then these companies make a lot more money than you can actually ever believe. The platform was also claimed to have an average win rate of 57%, which is ridiculous, alongside the highest recorded return investment of 47.4%. So that's the average investment rate is over 50%, which is ridiculous in any trading platform. At first glance, these figures appear designed to reassure investors that Rift is already gaining traction and producing the results. The problem is that the numbers by themselves prove very little. What matters is how they were calculated, who verified them, and whether they can be independently confirmed. As I said, the claim win rate is a perfect example. 57.09% win rate sounds impressive until beginning asking basic questions. Does that figure represent every trade on the platform or only selected strategies? Does it cover a week, a month, an entire lifetime of the project? We're losing trades executed. We're losing trades executed. We're closed positions measured differently to open ones. Without transparency, the figure becomes a marketing statistic rather than evidence. The same applies to the claim of 47.76 return on investment. Was that achieved by one trader, one strategy, or one isolated trade? Was leverage involved? Was it sustained over time, or simply a snapshot of a favorite marketing condition? The website proves the website provides the headline numbers, none of the context necessary to evaluate its significance. I hope I said that right. I'm just going to get that paragraph read because I think I pronounced some of it wrong.
The website provides the headline number but none of the context necessary to evaluate its significance.
So this appearance, the pattern appears repeatedly throughout the RIF ecosystem. Impressive figures are presented as proof of success, yet the underlying data needed to identify verified claims remain absent. Now imagine if this RIF thing was actually the best thing since sliced bread. Imagine that they weren't using an umbrella company that didn't really exist. Okay, so let's get this right. So you're telling me that they've updated this on the 17th of March. You know, this is all just bullshit, poos and wees website. You know, it's just it's not real. It's just a website. It's just a stupid website with stupid statistics and stupid whizzy things that go around and make you feel like you're getting dizzy when you scroll through it. And nothing's backed up by, you know, there's no validations. There's no CERTIC report. There's no proof on the blockchain. There's nothing. It's just an illusion that you want to believe. And then you've gone into a Zoom meeting and a friend of yours has said to you that it's the best thing since sliced bread, and it's not. It's just a stupid website telling you something that you can put money into it and you kiss it goodbye and you'll never get that money back again. It would convert into a game of Monopoly. The smart money proposition. One of the sections of the memorandum introduced what Rift calls smart money. According to the platform, users can participate in trading book operated by approved traders. Well, who are these traders? Why does a trader want to share his knowledge with you? Throughout Mirror Wallet infrastructure, subscribers automatically replicate trading activity while maintaining visibility over their capital. No one would do that. The concept it presented as a sophisticated evolution of traditional copy trading. What interests me wasn't the technology itself, but the lack of information surrounding the people operating these trading books. Who are they? What qualifications do they possess? What regulatory framework applies to these activities? Where are they based? Who are they? How are these traders selected? And how do they maintain such amazing trading results, and why do they need to associate themselves with any other company if they're that clever at doing what they do? How are conflicts of interest managed? What independent oversight exists? The memorandum spends considerable time explaining how the system works, but comparatively little time explaining how it actually reasonably who's actually responsible for managing capital and making decisions. When real money is involved, that distinction matters. Affiliate engine hidden in plain sight. The most revealing section of this entire memorandum, I hate that word, is not the technology decision. It is the growth strategy. RIF repeatedly describes expansion through affiliate communities, commutative incentives, digital distribution channels, and global network effects. Entire sections are dedicated to explaining how affiliates, educators, and community leaders will drive adoption around the world. The memorandum even reference exclusive distribution rights involving 3FO community. Now that's the last scam they were running. A 3FO. It's just so, for me, it's just ridiculous that they go from one scam to the other. 3FO didn't get any traction. I think I might even have some easy stuff here we can find. Let me see if I can click on that. But we already did 3FO. We've done, where did we get to? There we go. So now we've got the launch of 3FO. And this was another one that we did. Here was Shavez doing his launch, and there was the Vietnamese police coming in here to arrest him. But no, it's only an illusion. But if you want to know more about the Bloomberg documentary, 3FA, whatever it's called, and here we list all the companies that they have. So this is Dodo, right? So Dodo was a legitimate website. They had a dodo bird. And if you went to their Get Help section, you can actually find a phone number, billing, or somewhere in here they had contact us, I think it was, inquiries, customer support. So we went to customer support and they had a phone number, and you could actually ring up this company. When we went to Dodo app, which is now broken, just like the Miranda website, in here they had a dodo, another bird picture. And when you went to the contact page, they had the same phone number that was on this legitimate company on their website. They didn't remove it. It was absolutely crazy. I don't even know if I can actually find it. But they forgot to remove the phone number from the website they copied it from. And then when we did a video about it, you could actually see that they had forgotten to remove the phone number, and they promptly did it. So let's see if we can actually find the picture of this old website. I don't know if it will load, but let's give it a crack, Nige. There it is. So there's their bird, and this is their old website. So if this company wasn't trying to copy the legitimate one, why did they have their phone number on their website? So you come down here, and it probably won't be here because the first day. So let's go. There's no help now, is there? About. Let's see if we go to About Help Center. Maybe it might not load because it's on the Wayback Machine. But yeah, it was amazing. And it was such a scream when we found that, because we just obviously proved that they were deception. Yeah, so this was the page I was talking about, but they had the other company I just showed you's web email, and they had the other company's name as it was absolutely crazy. I actually want to see if I can find that because I haven't looked at that for a while. So if I was on my own website and we were here and we did actually go search, I want to see whether we actually had that. Yeah, I think it was there actually. The latest scam. And hopefully we will have a video, and we did. So let's have a wee quick look at this because it would be worth having a wee look at. I'm just going to bring that up, and then I'm going to...
Good morning, everyone. Such a cliche saying that, everyone. Such a cliche saying that, isn't it? I'm going to actually show you some...
All right,
going to actually show you some interesting stuff. We've got a pretty good show lined up for you. I made it up about 5 minutes ago.
Okay,
We've got Jan Gregory's crew already on the go. It should be Chavez's.
See, now this is 6 hours, right? So we come through here, and I want to see if we can find it. I think we looked at the website.
Crypto investment tools for all, leveraging blockchain for wealth and freedom.
The Who Exchange, really?
Okay. So everything
no,
is
I know you're kidding.
properly. You don't need.
Whereabouts was it? So I think we found it. I wouldn't mind betting this. I don't know if we captured it on video, but I'm pretty sure we did. But these are the meetings that you'd get, and these are illegal meetings because you're not allowed to use Zoom to do multi-level marketing. But at the time, Shavez was out there busy promoting his dodo bird. And then we went through the website and did an investigation. Here it is. Look at this. So if you look at the domain name, if you look at 0800, I mean, you can't make this shit up. I mean, this is how bad these companies are. So if you think this company is real, ask them why that. If you go 0800 dodo-funds, that is the phone number of the company. Right. So let's go back here now. And if you look at the phone number, it is the same phone number. They don't have it. But if you translate that phone number, they had do, and it was the same phone number that we found it on the day. It might be technical support, but they had exactly the same phone number, and it was 0800. They might have changed their phone number, but in here somewhere, we found that phone number, exact phone number advertised. So they had copied the email address, and it's support@dodo.com. So if you look at support on this site, you can see support@dodo, and their domain name is D0D0 .app, not .com. But isn't that crazy? So, like, this is just another day in the office. But anyway, so they've gone from Dodo to 3FO to Protocol Yield. We even exposed Protocol Yield as being a company that was white labeled service from Chainzinc. And we got, so they just copy everyone else. This is significant because it demonstrates an affiliate-driven expansion is not a side feature of the platform. It appears to be essential to the business model. Throughout the presentation, community growth is portrayed as comprehensive advantage. New users bring additional activity. Additional activity drives platform engagement. Platform engagement drives revenue. That creates an important question for prospective participants. If Rift primary trading platform happens to be if the primary is Rift's primary and trading platform that happens to use affiliates, or is it affiliate-driven growth model wrapped around a trading platform? So are they doing trading to make money or affiliate-driven growth to make money? The answer matters because the history has shown that incentives with those two models can be very different. So we follow the money. Follow the money. One of the most revealing sections of the memorandum is the section called Phantom Economics. Unlike many projects that attempt to obscure how revenue is generated, Rift openly explains the mechanics of its business model. Revenue is tied directly to user activity. The more users join, the more trades are placed. How ridiculous is that? The larger the balances become, the more frequently they interact with the platform. The greater the revenue opportunity becomes for the business itself. So they're basically telling you, if you want to make more money, recruit more people. Why does people make a difference to how much you want to trade if it was doing real trading? The memorandum repeatedly highlights the automation increases participation, it increases engagement, and increases trading activity. In other words, the platform's own documentation acknowledged that the automated system are expected to encourage users to trade more frequently when they otherwise might. From a commercial perspective, that makes perfect sense. The challenge is that more trading does not necessarily mean more profits to traders. The platforms benefits from activity. The traders benefit from successful outcomes. Those are not always the same thing. History also shows some of the largest trading businesses in the world generate substantial revenue regardless of whether those users ultimately make or lose money. Transaction fees, execution fees, spread, and platform activities can all generate income even when traders experience losses. I'm not suggesting Rift operates in this manner, but I am saying that what I am saying is that investors should understand where the incentive sits. Rift memorandum discusses active discusses active users. I'm going to actually read that for a bit. I need a bit of a breather.
Discusses active users, trading frequency, automation adoption, leverage usage and account growth in considerable detail. What receives far less attention is independently verified evidence
showing that users are consistently benefiting from this increased activity. There's no proof of what they're saying. That distinction is important. The platform can be highly successful as a business while many of the users struggle financially. The two outcomes are not mutually exclusive. The compliance contradiction. Another area that deserves scrutiny is the gap between the platform's marketing language and the legal reality represented in its own documentation. Throughout the website and the memorandum, visitors are presented with concepts such as responsible trading architecture, revolutionary alignment, compliance monitoring, user protection, and future licensing pathways. These phrases are clearly designed to reassure prospective users, yet When you move beyond the marketing material and into the legal documents, a very different picture emerges. Rift states that it is not a broker. So if they're not trading, what are they then? Okay, it is not an exchange. It is not a custodial. It is not an investment advisor. Users are responsible for their own decisions, even though it's automated. Users are responsible for their own risk, even though it's automated. But users are responsible for their own losses, even though they claim the chances of losing are very little. The platform repeatedly distances itself from the responsibility while simultaneously encourages confidence in the automated system, intelligent layers, and structured execution models. That contradiction becomes even more difficult to ignore when viewers alongside the FMA warning involving LQUID Pay and protocol yield, the same Miranda name appears. So the company that's behind these two companies here that haven't delivered what they have in the past and have been flagged by the New Zealand FMA, the company behind them is Miranda. Name appears. The same founder appears. The same emphasis on compliance and legitimacy. Never get that word pronounced right.
Legitimacy
Appears. Yet investors are yet once again expected to trust statements that have not been independently verified. For me, that is one of the most important issues surrounding the entire project. Trust should be earned through transparency, not marketing. So questions for Shavez to answer. As I researched the end of Rift's memorandum, I found myself with more questions than answers. Perhaps Shavez can help clarify them. Can the reported users number, so he says he's got 10,000 new users. Can this be independently verified? Can you prove you've got 10,000 active users? Can the claim of 45 million in trading volume be independently verified? How was the 57% win rate calculated? Who operates the smart money trading books? What qualifications do those individuals possess? What percentages of the platform's revenue is allocated to affiliate commissions? Where does the money come from the platform? So if the money's coming in and you're paying out people profits, where is the money actually coming from? Is it coming from trading or affiliate marketing? How many affiliates are currently promoting Rift? What exactly does exclusive distribution rights to 3FO community mean? Because we believe it's another failed, like all of them. You have 100% failure rate so far. The only one that's ever made any money are people that refer the affiliate marketers selling lies. What licenses, if any, does Miranda Limited currently hold? Has any independently third-party audited the platform's trading results? Can you validate what you say? Has any independent third party verified the platform reported user metrics? These are not unreasonable questions. They are everyday in the office questions. They are the same questions that should be asked by any platform seeking to have trust. The bigger picture, could Rift ultimately become a legitimate trading platform? Possibly. The existence of unanswered questions is not proof of wrongdoing. However, credibility is not built through slick branding, artificial intelligent buzzwords, or carefully redesigned presentations. Credibility is built through transparency, independent validation, regulatory compliance, and accountability. Doesn't add up. At the moment, Rift asks potential users to place considerable trust in a founder, a company, and a collection of technology that remains difficult to be independently verified. What makes that particularly noteworthy is the historical history surrounding Miranda Limited, LQUID Pay, and protocol yield. And let's add in 3FO in there as well. Those connections do not automatically condemn Rift, but they do create the context that investors cannot afford to ignore. The further I investigated, the less Rift looked like a completely new venture, and the more it resembled the latest evolution of an existing ecosystem. The name has changed, the branding has changed, the terminology has changed, but the underlying theme remains remarkably familiar. Whether Rift ultimately becomes a genuine trading platform, or it's already got 10,000 users, so it must be, or simply another chapter in the long-running cycle of reinvention remains to be seen. From now, the question deserves answers, and until those answers are independently verified, caution remains the most sensible investment strategy of them all. So if you haven't been looking at one of my videos for a while, how do we do our research? Well, we use the internet, and we obviously go through and use open source intelligence. We also go into Zoom meetings and we monitor what's going on, and that's how we survive and thrive. That's what we do. If you are an investor and you are looking for information on investing and you are on my website, theheck.com, look, we do have, you can support the channel by clicking on support me on the bottom of my website. A $5 donation goes a long way. You can go through and check out our ebooks. Now, rather than just giving us $5, we encourage you to download and pay $5 for one of our books. This particular one here is a 27-page PDF, which is a investment scam survival guide. So just like the individual that was asking us why we were live, whether this opportunity that they've got involved in is real, true, and genuine, we actually showed in real time that this looks to be running a scam. So if I was to look at this here, I would check out the frequently asked questions. And are you kidding me? Is that all they have? They have no frequently asked questions. What is the schedule for my profit return to investment 7 days from the time of activation? Are my funds at risk in case of insolvency and bankrupt? No, we maintain a backup account that holds funds. What a load of rubbish. So I'm going to have a field day going through this one, but we will put together, but these, we can't keep up with them. I'm literally working on one at the moment. So this was one that's collapsed, and and this is the new version of it. And I'm currently doing a blog on these two just as we speak. They've already been featured in Behind MLM. BehindMLM.com is a fantastic website. We actually share some intel back and forth. We have a great relationship. The mining race, we did a block about that one. But even looking through here myself, this is a scam that I was busting recently. We do cover some of the same stories, but I can't keep up with them. I've never heard of this one, for example. I've never heard of this one. I've seen this one before, but I don't know anything about it. I've heard of Vertic United. They managed to arrest somebody who was behind it. You know, like, don't get involved in these scams. They won't do you any good. You'll just get disgruntled. If you want to get involved in crypto and you want to invest, just buy some Bitcoin when you think it's down, and hopefully it will go up. It's like playing Russian roulette. But as soon as you start investing in these scams, like this one, you are just a candidate. You know, like, look at all the different brands that Shavez has done. You know, their pitch deck and what they offered. You know, these are no different than anything else you'll see. So this is hosted on my website. And this is, you know, 3FO. And you come through here. This is protocol yield. This is one that you'll never hear anything more about because they didn't get traction on it. Then you went to Alpha AI. Where did that go? Disappeared. Don't even know. These are all the different packs. They're just all about encouraging you to invest money on a platform where you'll never get it. The whole scheme is about referring. There's no technology behind it. These are just PDFs. I mean, you don't have to have 15 levels of referral if you're going to do something to do with whatever they're selling, you know. It's just unreal. Rank criteria. I mean, you know, this is just multi-level marketing. It's just crap. And this scheme has already fallen over. This is just something that caught my eyes. Was going here, but 3FO, is it still operational? It was last week's. So 3FO AI, let's have a look. Is it still operational? I think it is. It is. How many people are running? Like, if you went here, they would have told you when they did their launch that 10,000 people were interested in were participating in this. You know, Telegram, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Let's have a look at their Facebook. You go in here, and what did we find? 5,100 followers, and they're following no one. Does that sound like a legitimate Facebook page? No one, they're following nobody, and they've managed to build up an audience of 5,100. It always caps out at 5,000, doesn't it? And then if you come in here and you were reading the photos and you get the same shit posted all the time, more Shavez, and now it's all Rift Trading. So all of a sudden, Rift Trading is all posted under 3FO, because all they're trying to do is get in front of people in Facebook. Facebook don't care. They will take the money. You know, but when you keep going back, here we go. You've got global leaders. Lucky Queen. We found out that Lucky's actually Chavez's sister. We've got Chantal, who is actually looking after her mother, who's got dementia, and her family doesn't want her to look after her mother, and she's like a house squatter. You got, now where is he? He's not there. Crypto Tech. We found out who he was. Joe is a driving instructor. Carl lives in a friggin' trailer park. Who rents it of a friend, who I've spoken to the friend who's lost money to Carl's investments. You know, Yardis is, you know, they're all idiots. And, you know, like, you want to listen to these people. These aren't crypto geniuses. These are just, and then they go to third world countries and they encourage people to sign up for things, and then they rebrand. And I'm just wondering if that's the guy that I know. I think that is the guy. I think I'm doing is that the same name? I'm just going to put that one there. But look, you can go through here, and I could spend all my life researching these individuals. You know, and these are people that promote it. Leadership board. And these are just, you know, it's scam after scam after scam after scam. It just never ends. It's absolutely exhausting. And the only reason I'm doing this video now is because this video was tricked at, what do they call that thing? Why do I get rid of that shiny head thing that looks like it's burning my head? Let's see if I can get rid of that. There we go. Yeah, so Shavez managed to get this video removed. I managed to put it back, and you will now be able to, if you're looking for any information about Rift, if you've invested in Rift, just like our friend that was in here before, and he said that he's invested in that opportunity, which I will do a review about, and he can't get his money off the platform. Have you ever heard of anything so ridiculous? So let me get this right. You found an investment opportunity. You put your money into it. They tell you that it's low risk, but you can't get your money out of it. If you can't get your money out of it, then what are you doing putting your money into it? And you may get some dividends paid out, or you might get some referral rewards. And then they tell you that they're going to pay you in some worthless token that isn't connected to the blockchain. These aren't connected to the blockchain. You know, you're not trading USDT. You're not trading USDC. You're not doing Solana, whatever it's called. You're just trading worthless tokens. I know when I did my apprenticeship with Hyperverse, you'd go in there with your 300 USDT, and they would transfer your 300 USD into HU dollars. And then you'd use your HU dollars to buy yourself a membership package. And then within 600 days, you would triple your money. Your $300 would become $900. And then they tell you, once you've got your $900 on your fake app, that you should reinvest it. And then that would be worth $3,600 or whatever it was. And that's all they wanted you to do. They never wanted you to take your money off the platform. And then it all fell over, didn't it? Everyone lost all their money. But you'd lost your money as soon as you transferred your USDT into HU dollars. Because those HU dollars are what you've bought. And then what you use the HU dollars for, it doesn't matter. Because now you own HU worthless dollars that were meant to be worth $1. But as soon as you transferred your USDT into HU dollars, it was like going over the cliff. Over the financial cliff you go, and you're at the bottom sitting there. How do I get back up again? Well, you can't get back up because these are all fake platforms ran by the biggest lowlifes on the planet. Shavez is a bottom feeder. Sam Lee was a bottom feeder. He got kicked out of Hyper Capital Group and now lives in Dubai as a washed-up scammer. I have literally been interviewed by reporters from Bloomberg who have interviewed Sam Lee one-on-one. I have been interviewed by Bloomberg. The same reporter told me that he interviewed Sam Lee, a guy that was meant to be a legend in the world of crypto from Melbourne, Australia, who's now done a runner and popped up in Dubai, who's now a washed-up scammer. The same interviewer has interviewed him and he's interviewed me. He said to me that Sam Lee wasn't even worth doing an article about. He's a nobody. He's a loser. He had nothing interesting to say. He was just trying to prove that he wasn't running Hyperverse. And I don't believe he was running Hyperverse either. He was just somebody they used like a puppet to promote these scams. All these scams come out of human trafficking compounds. And when people realize that, you realize that you're supporting these human trafficking compounds where people are working under duress, just like all the romance scams, they all come out of the same compounds. Lots of things are happening in the world at the moment, but when I see people promoting these things in Zoom meetings that aren't regulated financial advisors, I'm here to name and shame these people and call them out for what they're doing. Because I don't know about you, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people sending me emails telling me, like the guy that was just in the chat room before, he said he's put I think he put $3,000 into it. What did he say he put into here? He put a copy trade, someone text him into it. I copy trade someone and I text him through an app called Teams. So it might be Microsoft Teams. I haven't got my money out. It doesn't allow me to yet. Yes, he says, I've invested 3Ks into it. So IDK. So now he's invested. What do you think he's going to do? He has to hang in there. He has to keep going into the groups. And before long, he'll probably be told about another opportunity that might be able to get his money out. And a lot of people double down thinking they can get their money out. Don't get scammed twice. Stop being in these groups. Stop helping them grow their communities and stop talking about it, because that's how these scams evolve. Hey, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Danny DeHeck. And remember, it's not just me. I have a team of Avengers that come after these people and take them down. Please help us. Any information, please go to deheck.com. Go to the Contact Us page. Send me anonymous emails if you choose to. Give us tips, links to Zoom meetings, anything to help take these people down. We're after them. See you guys in the next video. I'm Danny DeHeck.
Another website, another promise, another future sold online. AI trading, smart money, one tap and you'll be just fine. Mirror wallets, trading engines, buzzwords wrapped in glowing light. But I've seen this movie play, and I know how ends rewrite. First it was 9Pay, then LQUID Pay, then protocol yield appear. Now it's Rift Protocol, another chapter selling hope instead of fear. Oh, Shavez Ahmed Siddiqui, how many names will history see? From one project to the next one, always chasing destinies. Family fell, the story shifted, somebody had to take the wheel. But the questions never disappeared, and the facts are still revealed. He says fintech, blockchain, visionary technologies, the future now. Forbes India, sponsored feature, big headlines somehow. Automation, smart execution, routing every single trade. But where's the proof? Who's auditing? Can those promises be weighed? Every launch looks revolutionary, every deck looks clean, every logo tells tomorrow, but we've all seen what's been seen. Oh, 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 Rift Protocol, tell me where the money flows. Is it markets, is it trading, or recruitment that still grows? One more Zoom, one more promise, one more life will soon be free. One more crowd believing what they desperately want to see. Oh, Shavez Ahmed Siddiqui, the internet remembers well. From LQUID Pay, protocol yield, now rifters join the carousel. If the business really works, then let the evidence be shown. Independent audits, real regulation, truth can always stand alone. This isn't hate, this isn't revenge, this isn't about taking sides, it's about asking questions before another family pays the price. Follow the evidence, question the promises, protect the people, that's a mission.